Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So, and we've been discussing about these rasas for the last many days. So we'll move to the next verse, text 43. Yes, Babu Prabhu.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. Nija nija bhava sabe shrestha kari mani nija bhave kare Krishna sukha ashwadhani. Translation: each kind of devotee feels that his sentiment is most excellent, and thus in that mood he tastes great happiness with Lord Krishna. Each devotee has different kind of sentiment with Lord Krishna, and he get a great happiness. That is what I understand. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So in spiritual world, there is no envy. The birds are not envying Radharani. Hey, Radharani, you get a better association. Or the friends are not envying, oh, we have the Sakya Rasa, why Mata Yashoda has the Vatsalya Rasa. Or Mata Yashoda is not thinking, well, these boys are, always doing pranks with my son. Or the flowers are not thinking, why are we not like gopis, or why are we not like Mata? Everyone is assisting one another to serve the Supreme Lord, and in that way taste great happiness with the Lord. Basically, everyone is happy in the way they are serving Krishna. And actually, it's a great lesson because we are all different. We have different skills. In temple, let's say in a temple, they're not just one type of devotees. If everyone is like cooking in the temple, then just imagine there are 1,000 devotees in the temple and all 1,000 are cooking. Would it work nicely? No, right? We need some devotees to cook, we need some devotees to dress the deities, some devotees to welcome the guests, some devotees cleaning, some distributing prasad, some raising funds, some distributing books, some playing musical instruments, some managing the temple, some in giving a class, some singing kirtan, right? There is variety there. So in a community also, there should be no there should be no envy. That why is this person doing kirtan, or why is this person giving a class, or why is this person cooking, or why is this person doing this. Rather, we should take spiritual inspiration, because in Vrindavan, in Goloka, in a spiritual community, there is no envy. Spiritual world means non-envy. Envy has no vacancy. No vacancy in Krishna's world. If we are envious, then we can never go to Krishna. Envy is something which can never be used in Krishna's service. It has to be killed. So here, everyone is happy. That's the point. They're happy with the mood they're serving the Lord. So that's a great lesson for us. Let's see the next text 44. Yes, Ramon, probably you want to read? Yeah, please unmute.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. Another pranam, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada. Tatsthaha hiya mane vichara yadi kari. Sabha rasha haite shringare adhika madhur. But if we, translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. But if we compare the sentiments in an impartial mood, we find that the conjugal sentiment is superior to all others in sweetness. Purport: no one is higher or lower than anyone else in transcendental relationship with the Lord. For in the absolute realm, everything is equal. But although these relationships are absolute, there are also transcendental differences between them. Thus, the transcendental relationship of conjugal love is considered the highest perfection. Hare Krishna, Guruji, back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Such a beautiful line here. No one is higher or lower than anyone else in the transcendental relationship with the Lord. We can meditate upon this. High and low means duality, right? I am better because I am more wealthy, or I am more beautiful, or I am this, or I am that, I am the prime minister, I am this. Other person does not like that. So these exist in the material world: high, low, profit, loss, name, fame, or defaming, heat and cold. So in spiritual world, dualities don't exist. Material dualities rather. But there is anger also. But there is transcendental anger. Similarly, the difference is also transcendental. There are transcendental differences between them, not on a material level. Everyone is happy, no one is envying each other. But sometimes there is transcendental sulkiness, right? Transcendental, the Radharani's group and Chandravali's group, right? Transcendental lie. So there are transcendental things just for one purpose. And what is that purpose? To give happiness to Krishna, to intensify that love and devotion. So let's read text 45. Yes, Vasuti Mataji, you want to read?
Krishna, যথোত্তরমৌষাদ বিশেষোল্লাস সমোজ্জপি রতির বাসনয়া সাদি ভাসতে কাপি কস্যচিত. Translation: increasing love is experienced in various tests, one above another, but that love which has the highest test in the gradual succession of desire manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. Purport: this is a verse from Srila Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.5.38. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So quite straightforward. This is a Sanskrit verse taken from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion. So we have discussed the transcendental differences. And ultimately, Lord Chaitanya has come to give us that. Prema Rasa Aswadana, the topmost love of Godhead actually has come. He has not just come to give anything cheap. He's come to give us the topmost love. And actually, all our acharyas, we're talking about Gopala Bhatta Goswami the other day, Ananga Manjari, Rupa Manjari, Lavanga Manjari. All these acharyas are the great manjaris. They're serving Krishna by assisting the servants, the gopis. Manjaris are basically assistant to the gopis. So Lord Chaitanya has come to give the topmost love. But we have to sincerely take it. The more sincerely we take it, the more happy we'll be, the more happy the Lord will be. So let's read maybe one or two more verses and then we'll pause.
Prabhuji, are those Ananga Manjuris, Rupa Manjuris, their service is different because of that they named? Like, what's the difference between Rupa Manjuri and Ananga Manjuri? According to their service to the Lord?
Yeah, they have different services for sure. They are assisting the different gopis. And I don't know a lot actually. It's very high level question. It's a good question, but quite esoteric. So maybe we need to, ask senior Vaishnavas about that wonderful question. So, but it's a good question. Maybe when we have some guest lectures, we can ask them if. But yes, as I think we discussed, like different devotees have different services, so they are assisting different gopis. Like someone is preparing, the dress, someone is preparing the ornaments, someone is preparing the food, someone is getting the ingredients, someone is doing the makeup, right? So yes, they have different services. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, 46.
Can read, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Text 46, Tata Pranam. Eta iva madhura rasa kahitara nama swakhiya parakhiya bhave dvividha samsthana. Translation. Therefore, I call it madhura rasa. It has two further divisions, namely wedded and unwedded love. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
So unwedded means, Prabhu, not married kind of stuff.
Yes. So, a perverted form of this we see in the material world, right? Correct?
Yes.
Like boy and girl hanging out before marriage, and then the reality dawns after the marriage. So basically, it's a perverted form, but the real form, everything in the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So, but in its absolute, pure, transcendental state, this Madhur Rasa is in the Swakhiya and Parakhiya. Swakhiya referring to the wedded state. And Parakhiya is the unwedded love. Very high topic, but the story of like, some people say, well, Radharani was not married to Krishna. Well, she was married in Bhandirvan. Brahmaji was the priest. And some say, oh, Radharani was married to Abhimanyu. Well, then who is Abhimanyu? Abhimanyu is also the expansion of Krishna. Well, actually, all the gopis were married to Krishna only during the pastime of Brahma Vimohan Lila. Because when Brahma stole all the cowherd boys, at that time, Gargamuni and other great personalities said, now is the best time for all the gopis to get married. Why? Because Krishna had expanded himself in the form of all the gopas. So actually everyone got married to Krishna. So, but still, they came back after 1 year and then the whole story. So in one way, the point is, it's very high topic, and often people see with the material lens. If we see with the material lens, all we will see is impurities, lust, cheap boy-girl affair. We have to not try to see with the material lens. You have to see the spiritual lens and just see the sweetness of the pastimes. If we can't relish the sweetness, at least we should not see with the material eyes. Otherwise, we will not be seeing the right thing. So we have to see with the spiritual lens. If my glasses are blue, I'll see blue. If my glasses are red, I'll see red. You have to see the glasses of spiritual eyes. Premanja churita bhakti vilochanena. Bhakti vilochan, with the eyes of love and devotion. Then you'll see. So, one last verse for today. Let's see. Anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May I again read it?
Yes, please.
Ji. Dhanvat Pranam all devotees. Text number 47. Parakiya bhave atira sera ulhasa Vrajavina ihara anyatra nahi vasa. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is a great increase of mellow in unwedded conjugal mood. Such love is found nowhere but in Vraja. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. So Parakiya Bhava, discussing. This is higher than the Swakiya. Even in the conjugal love, Parakiya is higher. So, one last verse, since this also talks about Parakiya Bhava. Let's see this one. Vrajavadhu ganera e bhava niravadhi tara madhya Śrī Radhaya bhaviravadhi. The mood is unbounded in the damsels of Raja, but among them it finds its perfection in Śrī Radha. So in short, there are multiple rasas. Amongst them, all the rasas, in a transcendental way, conjugal love is highest. Amongst those, there are two, Parakiya and Swakiya. The Parakiya is higher, unwedded. And amongst all the damsels of Raja, the gopis, Srimati Radharani is exhibiting that mood. The mood is unbounded. That means there is no bound, there is no sima. There is no limit to Śrī Radha's love for Krishna in a pure transcendental way. So, and that same love is given by Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. He is giving the topmost Radha Bhava. He is giving Anavrita Chiram Chirat. It was never given. Once in the day of Brahma comes, and that happened to be just a few seconds back. 500 years, few seconds compared to the lifetime of Brahma or a day of Brahma, isn't it? So we'll pause here. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purāni ki jai, Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samavita Gaur Bhakta-vrinda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya cha Tathānām Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.